Hi everyone, welcome to the very first live lesson of Fluent for Real. We are live, I am live, and MC will be joining us in a few minutes as soon as she sees that we are live, and then I'll call her in. And today's lesson is about the pronunciation of the M and the N. So I'm going to start by telling you guys a little story. I once met an American, and she was actually half Brazilian, half American. Her mom was American and was Brazilian, and her dad was American. And she told me that the way that she would recognize Brazilian speaking was something that her mom used to do all the time. So her mom used to go, I'm from Brazil. Where are you from? And she used to joke around that even though her mom had been living in the US for many, many years, she still made that mistake. So the from was very typical of her, and it is very typical of a lot of Brazilians. So I'm here to help you guys solve that, perfect that. Maybe you make that mistake sometimes, maybe you make that mistake a lot of times. So our good friend joining us right now. I think everyone here either knows her or me, so she'll be joining us too. Hi!
How are you?
There she is. I'm good, and you?
I'm very comfortable here. I'm sorry. It's just after hours right now, and I'm next to Victor's crib. Take a
Okay.
look, and
I
I'll show
see.
him in a little bit if I can. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay. So you can be very cozy in the wintry Canada. You deserve it.
Thank you.
So I was just telling everyone about the lesson today, the topic that we are going to talk about. And the reason why we thought about this topic is because pronunciation is not just about losing accent. It's about really being able to communicate and not letting the pronunciation be a barrier, be a wall, or be a cloud that pollutes your communication. So we were talking about it, right, you and I, and then we decided to do it. And I wanted to ask you, like, how do you feel about it so you can share with everyone?
Yeah, so simple things such as the difference between M and N in the end of the words can cause some communication barriers, and it causes frustration as well. In the workplace, in the working environment, this is very common. So this is why we came up with this for the first live, right?
Exactly. So I brought a lot of examples here I want to share with everyone.
Yeah, I
And
was about to share a spoiler, but I'll hold myself, and then you go
hold
ahead.
your horses. Okay. Okay, so why is it harder for us to say the M and the N? Because in Portuguese, we don't always close the M and the N like we do in English. We just throw out a nasal sound, we just go, and we just get it over with. There's not much to do. In English, it's different. We have to close the M and the N every time we pronounce it. Okay, so the M plus the vowel sound, when I say ma, mo, mi, any of those sounds is similar to Portuguese. Pretty much the same thing, right? And the problem is, or the N too, na, ne, ni, all the sounds. The problem is when there's another consonant right after the M or the N. That's when we struggle because we just go imp, imb, inked. We don't close it. And that's what we're here to fix. Okay, so we're going to practice. We're going to repeat and practice the pronunciation here too. So this live lesson is not just for you guys to listen. We always invite you to watch our videos and practice at the same time. You guys are only going to learn and improve your listening, or your speaking if you speak. So make sure you can, if not today, be prepared for the next classes, the next live lessons, and find yourself a cozy little room, or tell everyone to get out of the living room because you want to practice English, you want to speak, and follow our lead because it's going to be a practical class as well. Are you with me, MC?
I sure am.
Okie dokie. Words like mother, amazing, marvelous are easy to pronounce. They're very intuitive, just like Portuguese. Never, benefit, narrow. Also, and followed by vowel. Now, words that have a final N or M, and what happens is what MC described, a very big issue in communication. if I say gun, which is wrong, and not gun or gum, you know, what are you getting at the supermarket? Gun, a gun, or gum?
Or you're
So,
gonna get back an answer or a question like, come again? Is that what you want?
are you sure?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So at 7 in the morning, MC, gin or Jim?
Oh, Jim.
For some people, it can be gin.
Oh,
So,
no, no, 7 a.m. Oh, God.
so gin is not a word. It's either gin or gym. You either drink gin or you go to the gym. Another pair, correct me if I'm wrong, they,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mm-mm.
So it's either them or then. Them as the object pronoun, they, them, and then as a sequence of events. I went home and then I went to bed. Another one, sun, mother and son, or the sun is shining. Some and sun is also a pair that if you don't get the pronunciation right, you will have trouble. Okay, so the wrong sounds, please don't reproduce them. Don't try this at home because they're wrong. I'm just going to say a couple sentences so you guys can hear the wrong version and see if you say like that, if you identify with it, or if you hear other people using it like that. MC, give me a check if you recognize the sounds. I love him. The sun is shining. Look at the way that I don't put the N together with the I. The sun is shining. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I need to talk to them. Not closing the M, right? She got home, then she had dinner, then she went to bed. So then she, not then she. Then she would be the correct version, right?
Mm-hmm.
So getting a little technical, but in a very simple way, I promise. The M sound is what we call a bilabial sound because both lips touch. You say M. You touch both lips. M. M. Regardless of the position of the M. The N is what we call an alveolar sound because we touch the tongue. Our tongue touches either the back of our teeth, right after our teeth, or the roof of our mouths. Like that. So you go N,
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 N.
So the sounds are different, but they're both very nasal and both have to be pronounced like that, M or N. So one exception for the N is actually the ing. When you have the N followed by the G, you don't say in, you say ing. But that's a whole different video, a whole different live, that's subject for a different day. Today we're gonna work only with the alveolar sound of the letter N. And how do you fix it? Do you know how to fix it?
Well, it takes first awareness because you need to understand if you are making those mistakes, right?
The first thing is awareness. And you have to reprogram your brain, teach your brain the new way of saying that word. And guys, to be honest, when I graduated in English, and I was like, okay, I have my diploma. I am an advanced student or, a speaker now. I improved my pronunciation a lot by being aware of the mistakes that I made and by literally copycatting the teachers, the people, the native people around me. I was a copycat. So I realized, like, one tiny example, okay? I used to say car, like I have a car with a very literal A. And then I realized that's not how the American guy says it. He actually says like almost an O. He says car. And then I realized that it's even easier when you say car and you say car. It's like the sounds are opposite, How do you pronounce the R when there's an ah in the middle?
Impossible. And I had a struggle similar to that one when like back in, I don't know, probably 8 years ago or something like that. I went to buy a calendar. And I was saying calendar to the lady, and she's like, I understand what you want because you are in a store full of like kitchen supplies. But then she's like, okay, this is actually a calendar that you want, not a calendar. And I'm like, I don't understand the difference. I said calendar. She's like, no, calendar. And we stayed like for 5 minutes trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. And the only way to improve your pronunciation is to force yourself, push yourself into saying the new sound. And at first, it feels very artificial. When you're used to saying something, a word in a certain way, and then you start saying it more like a native speaker, it feels like you're almost lying to yourself, or you're almost acting as a different person. You know, you're like, you're not yourself at
Trying
that
too
moment.
hard.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I think I'm pushing it too hard. It's not me. People are going to get that I'm, kind of faking it. But your brain will get used to it. And it's going to start coming out naturally. It will be natural eventually, I promise. So one way to do it is to record yourself, either audio or video. I like video a lot because you can actually see your lips working. So if you read to yourself and you recorded a short video of yourself, 1 minute or 2 minutes, and you don't see your lips closing when you're supposed to be pronouncing the M, you are more aware of that. That's something that helps a lot. So I even want to invite you guys to do that exercise. I'll explain better at the end of the video. Let's go to the examples, and I want you guys to repeat at home with me. Examples with N that are very intuitive. Why are they easy and intuitive to pronounce? The ent or the end, ond, and, ant are easier to pronounce because you go from the ent to the T or the end to the D, and the sound is pretty similar. You also produce the D and the T behind your teeth. So it's very easy for you to go through the sounds without realizing that you're closing the N behind your teeth. So we get away with it. When we say, for example, understand the wrong way, understand, without really closing, it's not so easy to get. It's more subtle. The mistake is more subtle. But when I say understand, it's really different. It makes a difference, but you can get away with the mistake more. Contact. If I say contact, wrong, contact and contact. Can you see the difference, MC?
Yes, I can.
If I say it wrong, if I say it right. But it's similar.
It's subtle. It's subtle. Yeah.
It's subtle, so you get away with it. There will be no communication issue. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So in this case,
nothing's going to happen.
Exactly, nothing's going to happen. But of course, you can always perfect. So that's what we are here for. But you cannot get away with the rest. So preposition in. One of the first things we learn when we start learning English are the prepositions. So in, on, she is in the living room. She is not in the living room. So let's repeat after me, okay? In.
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 Preposition on.
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 Intelligent.
Intelligent.
Both ends are closed. Intelligent.
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 The next one, clean.
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 Conference.
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 The day of today, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
A lot of people have a hard time with this word. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
You don't pronounce the D, but you pronounce the N very clearly. So let's put it in a sentence. The conference is on Wednesday.
The conference is on Wednesday.
The conference is on Wednesday.
The conference is on Wednesday. Oh, it's hard.
More words.
Because I'm trying so hard not to make any mistakes. That sometimes it's like,
Okay. Next one, income.
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 Income. Oh, see, that one I used to say completely wrong. So you noticed that, right? Yes, I didn't even know. Okay, so it's not income. It's like, look at me, like income, it doesn't touch anything. But now income. Income. Okay, got it.
I can see it. I don't only hear it. I can not only hear it, but also see it.
Okay.
That's why the video exercise is so cool. Next one, insufficient.
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 His income is insufficient.
His income is insufficient. Ooh, I did twice. Yeah.
His income is insufficient.
His income is insufficient.
Okay. All the shuns of the world. Application. Repeat after me. Application.
Application.
Attention.
Attention.
Retention.
Retention.
So the suffix tion that right makes the words shun, makes nouns in general, makes nouns. It's always closed. The n at the end is always closed. Can,
Can,
invite,
invite,
John.
John,
Please, not John,
John.
right? John. John. A sentence now. I can invite John.
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 All right, next one. Then, plan,
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 decision,
decision,
afternoon,
afternoon,
afternoon.
afternoon.
We need a plan by the 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 afternoon.
All right. Then we make the decision.
Then we make the decision.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
okay.
And I thought I mastered that subject. You know what? I just found out that I need a lot to improve. But anyway, it's like we said, it's subtle and it's not a big thing. However, try to pay attention at those times where you receive a question right after you say something, like come again, and so excuse me, pardon me, I didn't understand, or something like that. Try to see if you have those words in your sentence. Maybe it's part of creating that awareness. Next time I hear that kind of question, I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, that's great. Feedback, any kind of miscommunication that's happening will come in the form of a question like that. Come again.
Yeah,
so you
come
can
again. Excuse
go
me.
back and reevaluate, like, wait, what happened? What was wrong in whatever I said? So let's move on to the M now. The M, as I said, is a bilabial sound. So you touch the lips together. And what's intuitive and easier for us? The amb, amp, and amp. Amp and amp. Because also the B and the P are bilabial sounds. The difference is you close a little bit more than the M. Okay, P, B, M. It's a little different to pronounce. But in all the sounds, you have to use both lips together and your voice with the B and the M, and no voice with the P. So it's natural when I say, for example, ambition, umbrella, ambassador, ambiguous, embarrass, empire, amplify. All these words, I automatically close the M because there is a B right after or there is a P right after. And the vowel is not E, because when the vowel is E, pay attention, see if I'm right. In, it's easy to say in. It's harder to go in or go M. It's easier for us to go impossible, for example. It's impossible. And it's not the way to say it. It's impossible.
Oh,
a good name of a movie. Mission Impossible.
And not impossible.
Mission Impossible. No. Mission Impossible.
The difference is impossible. Probably a lot of people say it this way.
Exactly.
Or impossible. Oh, you know another word that usually we, anyway, we screw up a little bit. And maybe it's a spoiler because it might be on your list. Comfort. Or I usually say comfort. But now the way you're suggesting, am I supposed to say comfort?
Exactly. You're supposed to say comfort.
Comfort. Okay.
Comfort.
Great news.
And even the spelling is very much confused. The spelling of that word is very much confused.
Yeah,
a lot of people say spell it with an N. Yeah, because of Portuguese. But the logic is because you close the M, it kind of sounds like a P right after, right? Like Portuguese too, that rule of M, P, M, B. So comfort, comfort. The M plus the F kind of make a P in the middle. It's really cool. All right, so we get away with these words that I mentioned before, but not the rest. So words that we did not get away with. Number 1, him. Let's repeat. Repeat after me. Him.
Him.
Some.
Some.
Buy him some soda.
Buy him some soda.
So we have him some hims, and they have a consonant right after. So buy him some soda.
Buy him some soda.
Yeah, and the wrong way would be buy him some, and you don't close it. So buy him some soda.
Buy him some soda.
Okay, another name, Tom.
Tom.
Tim.
Tim.
Is it like the carrier, the phone carrier?
No, it's not
Ching.
Ching. It's not
No, it's
Ching.
not.
And
It's not
and Timothy is a very common name in North America, at least. It's a very common name, and the short version is usually Tim. And sometimes I even say, when I want to say fast, Ching, like Tim, and then I was like, oh, whatever, it's fine.
So the word is Tim. Let's not butcher the guy's name.
No.
Another word, diagram.
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 Tim's diagram was helpful. Like my sentences?
Okay. Because Tim is a name that I struggle with. Okay, so Tim's diagram is what?
Was helpful.
Was helpful. Okay, Tim's diagram.
Okay, program.
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 Impossible.
Impossible.
It's impossible to apply for that program.
It's impossible to apply for that program.
Forum.
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 That's another word that I don't like, but okay. Forum.
Sexism.
Sexism.
I hope everyone at home is repeating with us, okay? It's not just for us to say it and repeat. You guys are supposed to be practicing too.
I'm just here embarrassing myself, so you can embarrass yourself without anyone seeing that, okay? So go for it.
Okay. All right, so next one, tourism.
Tourism.
This is a hard one because you have the S and you kind of create a vowel in between. So you say tourism. It's not an easy word for other reasons too, besides the M. But let's give it a try. Tourism.
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 Okay. Impact.
Impact.
Yeah, that's a really, really important one. You say impact. No, impact.
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 Now, there is another one in the sentence that I'm showing, violence. That's also, pay attention to the end, because I didn't mention it before. Violence has an impact on tourism. Guys, repeat at home too. Violence has an impact on tourism.
Violence has an impact on tourism.
Next one. This one I love. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Right? So cream, you close, not ice cream.
I want some ice cream.
No, right? Ice cream. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Cream.
Cream. And you know what? Yeah, so see what I'm doing? I'm trying to emphasize the M so much that I end up adding an extra sound at the end that it's totally unnecessary. So I'm doing my exercise at ice cream. Yeah, there's no need for that. So it's ice cream. I did it again. Oh, whatever.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Close the lips. Okay, don't open them. That's it. Okay. So the sentence is, she'll scream if she doesn't get ice cream.
She'll scream if she doesn't have ice cream.
So that is a huge list. I think I mentioned over 40 words in a lot of sentences too. And I have a little bonus information today before we go, which is what? The silent B after the M at the end of words. Words like, I even posted this on our story today, and a lot of people got it right, but a lot of people also didn't know this, that when I say words like dumb, climb, numb, bomb, we don't say the B. So you don't say that there was a bomb in London. We say there was a bomb. And you stop there. There is a B, a very subtle B when you think about it, because when you close the M and you let the sound go a little bit, just for a split second, there is a vibration that kind of sounds like the B. So I say bomb. I don't say bomb. There's no air coming out of my lips like the B. But there is a vibration that's similar to the B. So you say, he's so dumb. Let's climb the mountain. I need a comb for my hair. There was a bomb in London. So the silent B, you spell the B, but you never say it. You stop the word at the M the way that I've been telling you guys. So you close the M, but you don't say the B, and a lot of people don't know that. I want you guys to go, when we finish the live, I want you guys to exercise, do an exercise every day until our next live. What are you going to do? You're going to choose a blog post, a website, news, whatever, about a topic that you like, and you're going to find an article or something, read to yourself for 2 minutes, and record it, record yourself, film yourself. And then you're going to watch yourself do it, and then the other day you're going to pay attention to every time there was an N and an M that you missed, that you didn't pronounce. We're going to focus now on the N's and the M's. Let's go one step at a time to work well and to reach our goals. So when you fix your M's and your N's, we can move on to another sound. We can move on to another problematic pronunciation issue. So that's the exercise that I'm inviting you guys to do. And we really want to work with you guys in this very practical way. When we are, far from each other like this, physically far, it's very important that you guys take the lessons and into your lives and work on them. Work on what you're learning here. What if you're just watching and you don't actually do something, you don't bring the lesson into your life and change your English, you get frustrated, you don't grow, you don't evolve. And it's very, very important that you feel that evolution. And we're here every day to keep motivating you to reach that change and evolve, and feel like your English is changing. But we need you guys, and we want you guys to practice at home to reach that goal. I have a tip. If you guys don't really know where to start from when it comes to pronunciation, I think there is an easy way to do it, which is checking in the dictionary, in an online dictionary. I myself love the Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English. It's the website is very easy to remember. It's LDOCE, Longman Dictionary of Contemporary English, LDOCE online.com. If you Google Longman Dictionary online, you'll find it. There is the way to pronounce the phonetic symbol, but there are usually two little symbols where you can listen to the British and the American sound. Very quick, easy. You can just get it over with, see the way to pronounce it. Another cool tool is Forvo. Forvo is a collaborative website where anyone can record themselves pronouncing a word. Then we have a visitor. Record themselves pronouncing a word. Hello. And then
Victor, now it's English time, okay? No Portuguese time.
No Portuguese. And then you can record yourself and send it. If you want to collaborate with words in Portuguese, you can. But you can also hear different accents. So if you want to hear a Canadian speaking, a Scottish person, a British, an Indian, someone from different places around the world, you can find it on Forvo. It's really cool too. And we also have a little project that we want to invite you guys to participate in. So if you want to get feedback from us, I would like to invite you to send a 1-minute audio, because that's the maximum that Instagram will allow you to send on a direct message on Instagram. Send us an audio of you saying something focused on M and N, all right? Today's lesson. And then we may give you feedback on our next live. So we will be selecting some audios and playing them here during the live. And then we're going to correct, give feedback, tell you what's really cool, tell you what needs to be improved. If you don't want to say your name, if you don't want us to mention your name, that's okay, we won't. But we really want to create this area, this atmosphere of mistakes are welcome. We really want you guys to feel comfortable here, to grow. And we know that mistakes are part of the journey. We keep saying that all the time.
And we'll continue to say that. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel like you cannot improve or you don't have room for improvement. Just speak, and we'll be here for you, helping you. Like, I embarrassed myself today saying a bunch of words with N that I didn't even know that I was speaking wrong.
Okay, you guys, so thank you so much for joining us. We will be saying goodbye now, and we will be live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Carnival is coming up, and I'm already planning to be here at 9 p.m. on Ash Wednesday, because I really want you guys to feel like this is a moment for us to talk face to face, almost face to face, but we can see each other and we can help you guys out with any doubts that you might have. Stay tuned. Send your suggestions for the next topics. We have a lot of ideas, but we also want to hear you guys and what you need, what you want first, okay? So send your suggestions and questions for our next live session. Have a great week and take your English to the next level with us. Take your English and become fluent for real with us here.
For real.
All right. Can I say goodbye, MC?
You sure can.
Okay. Bye-bye, you and Victor. Where's Victor? Has he left?
Oh, he's gone now because he was like, no, I'm bored. He cannot listen. So, yeah, so I don't blame him.
All right. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I saw everyone here, all the names, all the waves, all the highs. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.